Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the night session on day 3 of the National League. First up, we have the second string serving from New England, Tournament Director Tony Hollins. Receiving from New York, we have Adrian Kemp. 2 out of 3 sets, 1-2 sad and 40-all, and 3-all in the third set if we get there. Love all, play well.
Okay, and welcome to all our viewers on YouTube as well. You join us on day 3, session 2 of the US National League Pro Court Tennis League. And you join us in Boston, Massachusetts on Boylston Street at the Tennis and Racket Club. Wow, what a beautiful day it is here. It was 71 degrees when I drove in at about 11 o'clock this morning. There was not a cloud in the sky, and I think it stayed that way all day. So it's pretty warm here in the club. The court is pretty warm, and we're looking forward to some great tennis. Now, we had a great morning of tennis where Tuxedo played Chicago. Tuxedo won 5 points to 2, and you're now joining us for New England versus New York. At the near end on your screen at the moment is Tony Hollins from New England, and on the far end is Adrian Kemp from New York. With me, my name is Mark Beaumont. I'm a member at the Boston Tennis and Racket Club here, and with me in the commentary booth is John Edwards. John, would you like to introduce yourself?
Mark, great to be here, great to be on the feed, and great to be in Boston on a beautiful day. It was 75 and sunny when I walked around. First time that's happened in the last 3 months. I am excited to be here on day 3, the night session of the National League, and I think we're in for an exciting matchup watching New England face off against New York.
Now, we watched Tony Hollins play the other night, so this is the second time that Tony's been on court. And the other night we had a nail-biter of a game against Josh, wasn't it?
Josh Dodgson.
It was against Josh Dodgson. And we thought Tony held the lead for a long time during the game. And then right at the end, Josh came back and pipped him at the end. I spoke to Tony in the bar afterwards, and he was not happy about losing that game, especially when he was in the driving seat for so long. So do you think he's put that out of his mind now? Is he going to be able to take this forward?
Tony is a consummate professional. I watched him warm up earlier, and he was hitting every single ball with dedication. He had focus in his eyes, and he was taking every opportunity to work out anything he might have noticed in his own swing or in his own game that he could improve upon going into this match.
Yeah, he's definitely taking it seriously. We just saw that while you were talking. He put a shot right in winning gallery there. So Hollins takes the first game. Congratulations to Tony. And we'll see where we go from here. Already these guys are really belting the ball around. It's probably moving a little bit faster because it's much warmer here today than it was yesterday.
That ball missed the grill, just hit the concrete. Adrian was able to play it.
Well, it's moving around like a squash ball out there. I don't know about a tennis ball.
It is certainly a warm day here in Boston.
And one of Tony's weapons the other night, I'm just watching to see if he uses it now, was that he had a very good backhand, cross-court backhand, with a lot of spin on it that chopped down into the corner. Certainly in the first set, that was his attacking shot. Now, so far, I haven't seen much of that, but I thought it was a great shot, and that was almost it then. No.
That one lands for chase 2 and 3. So 2 chases, they'll change ends.
Second gallery in 2 and 3. Yeah, as I was saying, so in the first set he seemed very consistent with that attacking backhand into the corner. Over time, then it seemed to get a little bit looser. So it'll be an interesting indication of the way the game's going to go. If he can find that backhand, that attacking backhand into the corner. There's an attacking forehand into the corner. He's put that on the roof. He won't be happy with that. Can Tony finish it off? Great choice, Tony.
Wonderful backhand down the line.
There it was. There's that backhand.
Chases 2 and 3.
Of course, I'll try and not be too biased to the pro from my club, but it might just come out occasionally. Try and be neutral here in the commentary box.
Some would say I have divided loyalties on this.
Well, that's right. You play in New York as well.
on this matchup. So,
all right. Well, you represent New York, and I'll represent New England. How's that then? There's the balance.
That is game to the receiver. Receiver leads 2 games to love.
Now, your scorer is James Asher from the Racket Club of Philadelphia. James from Manchester, England, originally. Joined the Racket Club of Philadelphia as a squash pro, I think. He was a squash pro, wasn't he?
he did. He's the head squash professional at the Racket Club of Philadelphia. I have faced off against him in a double squash capacity along with my brother years ago.
Okay.
He's an excellent double squash player, an excellent single squash player, and has picked up the game while being a pro at the Racket Club of Philadelphia.
Well, it's great to have more people in the sport, particularly great rackets professionals. Or racket sport professionals, I should say. Oh, second gallery, right down the line.
Quite a turnaround from Tony pulling that ball out of the back corner. And he had that backhand that you were speaking about. He had a really nice cut backhand cross court over the net.
Now, I don't know if you guys on the stream can see this, but if you look in the gallery on the left-hand side of your screen, a certain Mr. Camden Riviere has just appeared. And don't forget, in this competition, coaching is allowed. And Camden being the fierce... Oh, what a great shot into the dead-ons. Absolute nailed it. So as I was saying, Camden being the fierce competitor that he is, will want to make sure that New England gets every point available to them. He'll be giving Tony every bit of advice that he can. Oh, that was a great shot by Adrian Kemp. They're just impossible to read, those ones. So that was one that just clipped the edge of the timbre. If it hits the timbre square on, you can often see that it's going to do that and position yourself effectively. But if it just clips the edge, you're not sure, is it going to hit the timbre, is it not? And you don't know where to line your body up to return the ball.
One of the toughest shots to read in court tennis is knowing whether or not it's going to hit the tambour.
Another
volley
great
from
shot.
Tony. That ball was online into the date-on.
That was going to go straight in the date-ons. 100 miles an hour. All right, we play one deuce in this game.
Advantage. Server.
So we're now advantage Tony. Game point for Tony.
So how will that work, Mark? One deuce?
So as long as it's not a tie-breaking game, we go to advantage once. If the
That is game.
less pointed player gets it back to deuce, then the next point is game ball. In that case, it didn't happen. Tony took it to 3-love. I'm just trying to see, is that Lizzie in the gallery next to Camden? So for anybody out there on the stream that doesn't know, Tony got engaged earlier this year. I can't see in the light, but I think that's Tony's fiancée standing in the gallery as well, wishing him on. And of course we wish them all the best with their wedding when it happens.
30 love.
I'm embarrassed to say I can't see that far.
I can't see either. There's something.
only 36, and I cannot see that far.
Something. We'll blame the light, not our eyes. Second gallery.
Gallery. 30 love.
Cut.
Good retrieval from
Wonderful
Tony there.
cut.
That was an inch off the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's put
Adrian
that
put a
one
lot
up.
of cut on that,
Yeah.
and on that one too.
Actually, you can see when Adrian cuts it down, it does tend to force Tony to play a looser shot higher, like that then pushes off the back wall. Or that one that pushes off the penthouse. Oh, what did he do that? Tony leave it?
Elvin first. Gallery. Two
Yes, he did.
chases.
Left it for a long chase.
2 chases.
So he's got 2 very long chases.
So it looks like Adrian just wanted to get over to the server side. We got a little wave from James Asher, the marker, as the players are changing ends. We try to keep it friendly
That's
here in the commentary box.
James Asher's not sewing balls like Tim Chisholm does when he scores. I noticed that. I thought that was quite a skill.
30 love. The receiver.
He did have the ability to multitask.
See, that guy can
Sewing-
multitask.
Sewing balls, marking the match, and I believe he was drinking an energy drink.
That's right, he was.
He must get a lot of energy from that. I think it was a C4.
Wow,
that
nervous energy. Wow.
Tony hit a rocket there, right at Adrian.
40 love. Chases back.
Well, he's got long chases, so Tony may as well just go for this. Now, this is better than first, so basically the whole court is in play for Tony. So what's he going to do here? He's going to get a railroad to keep the galleries out of play. Oh, no, it's not. And then he just pushes it away.
From the chase and
Easy
the game.
point for Tony.
4 games to love.
All right, it's 4-love ahead for Tony. Now,
Off to a commanding lead.
off to a great start, but we don't want to count our chickens because this is exactly how it went with Josh the other night. Only for Josh to come back.
Great cut volley by Tony.
Oh,
15 love.
I finally learned to hit a nice cut volley this past summer from Mike Gooding, who's sitting not too far away from us.
the wonderful Mike Gooding. Is that winning gallery? No, missed it. It was a chase. That was a shot
Just-
for winning gallery, but it caught the
Just
corner.
missed the winning. That is the hazard of the winning gallery, is that you miss it.
We've seen one winning gallery so far this match. It'll be interesting to see how many we do see. I think we've seen a lot of pros unfamiliar with the court
Another rocket from Tony.
feel that it's too risky. Prefer to go for grill and dead-ons.
Well, there are some members of the TNR who only keep score in winning galleries. I'm thinking of Bill Connors, Dave Tedeschi, Brad Ersprung, famous for not really paying too much attention to games or sats or points, but really winning galleries.
The whole game is the winning gallery. I think there's a few drinking games
gallery
that involve the winning gallery as well.
No comment.
30 love. Chase, worse than 3.
What was Barney's comment the other day? The social aspect of the game, the social captain.
That's right.
You know.
Well, this is a very social sport.
On court, corporals and privates, but you know, in captains and lieutenants of the of the off-court activities.
So Tony with the home court advantage here, of course.
On line for the grill on that shot.
He knows this court very well. He's been training with Camden Riviere a lot.
Nice dig out of the back by AJ.
Oh, which takes it back to 30-30.
30 all.
It's another shot that just clipped the edge of the tambour.
Chase 2 yards, 30 all.
Let's have a look what Tony does with these serves here. So he's going high side wall, wanting to bring it across the back wall.
Worse than 2.
Adrian Kemp seems to be dealing with those ones. I think he's trying to find a serve that Adrian doesn't like.
Adrian smiling as he walks over to the date-on to grab a ball. I think he's happy to be over on the server side.
He's chatting to the guys in the dead-ons here. There's some joke there that we missed.
Last step felt better than 3. 40-30. Chase is worse than 2.
Worse than 2. So this is a small chase. You got to.
Worse than 2.
Yeah.
2 and worse than 2.
So maybe we'll see Tony go for the dead-ons. Maybe he'll try that attacking cut that he's got. All right, we're going to go for a high serve. He tried for the attacking cut.
Oh, and AJ picked it up.
Got it.
Another attacking. That's 3.
Yeah, he forced Adrian to put it up on the penthouse.
Chase off, worse than 2.
Oh,
Chase
off on worse than 2.
40-30.
Great shooting, Tony.
That's a great defensive point by Tony.
Went for the dead-ons, put it on the roof.
Precision tambour by Adrian.
So there's the first game for Adrian Kemp.
AJ, as a lot of people call him.
AJ?
AJ.
All right, we'll call him AJ.
Well, Adrian, AJ.
There's that wonderful cut that Tony's getting. Oh! Too much cut on that one. Cut it straight into the net.
when he DJs on the underground scene, it's A Kemp.
Is it? Does he do that?
No,
No,
I made that up. I
Thought
made
you
that
might
up.
be
I
getting
have
serious for a minute.
no clue if he DJs on the underground
Chase,
scene.
better than 3.
There was that attacking backhand, the cross-court attacking backhand of Tony. He seemed to have that in the first set on Wednesday night, and then he lost it for the second set.
Oh,
No.
Oh,
Interesting serve choice there.
change it up. He was a little on top of that one. Great backhand by Tony.
15 all. Second gallery.
That was last gallery, wasn't it?
I believe that was last gallery.
Looked like last gallery to me.
Looked like last gallery.
Yeah. Did it hit the post on the way through?
Did it? Again, I'm still trying to determine who the young woman next to Camden is. So, I've already admitted my eyesight is not perfect.
15 all, first chase is better than 3.
So just a reminder for anybody recently joining us, you're watching New England versus New York, Day 3, Session 2 of the US National Pro League for court tennis. I'm Mark Beaumont, your commentator, and with me in the commentary box is John Edwards. Now let's have a chat about the standings for a moment then. So, after this morning, the current standings are New York is in first place with 10 points in the league. Joint second, Philadelphia and Tuxedo with 7 points. Third place is Chicago and fourth place is New England. That being said, New England have only played once and everybody else has played twice. So, wow, last gallery, a rocket into last gallery there. So there's everything to play for tonight. I think we're about halfway through the tournament right now, and really this could go any way. New York probably looking the most commanding at the moment, but really this is the clash of the titans tonight to see out of New York and New England who can take at least 5 points. Camden Riviere still stood in the side gallery. I didn't see him talking to Tony when they changed ends. Oh, a lovely tight shot from Tony, forcing Adrian to push it up onto the penthouse. Oh, unbelievable. That was some great tennis. Alright, so exactly the same is happening as the other night so far. Tony goes up 4 games. His opponent starts to come back. I wonder if that's the opponent getting used to the court.
Well, I know from my days playing squash that sometimes if you take a big lead, there's a period where you relax.
Right.
A hint, and it takes that true killer instinct to really just keep pushing through and finish someone off with a bagel and feel, you know, and just push it through. So maybe Adrian has warmed up, maybe Tony relaxed a little. We'll see. He's certainly continuing to hit solid, difficult shots. I mean, we're watching Adrian run back and forth on the server side. Just missed a grill there.
Oh, he's not happy with that. He knows he's made a few unforced errors.
A hint of frustration from Mr. Hollins.
Just enjoying the coach.
We've got Mike Gooding here in the commentary box with us. Adrian, of course, started playing at Prested Hall in the UK with Ricardo Smith, Ivan Ronaldson and Phil Shannon. He said Ricardo was a school friend and convinced him to come along to the court. That's how he got into the game.
Prested Hall, you said.
Prested Hall.
For those of us who don't know the geography of the UK all that well, Where is Preston
You
Hall?
don't know where Preston Hall
I
is?
have no idea where
I know
Preston
where Preston
Hall
Hall is. I've played it. So Preston Hall's near Chelmsford, just northeast of London, sort of about 2 o'clock north of London, an hour out.
2 o'clock north of London, an hour out.
It's one of 5 clubs in the world that have got 2 courts.
Wow, okay.
Of course, Rob Fay is the head pro at
Preston Hall.
40,
What are the other courts with what are the other clubs with 2 courts?
40, 30,
So let's see if we can name all the courts then. So Queen's Club,
Queen's Club,
Melbourne,
Melbourne,
Prested,
Preston,
New York,
New York,
and
there is
Cambridge.
Cambridge.
That came from Ryan Carey. He's playing the game with us.
So now 5 games to 2 for Tony Hollins.
15 love.
Excellent pickup by Adrian. Now, Mike, did I see that correctly? Was that a shot off the back wall?
Backhand, back wall, both back into play. Pretty good effort there to extend the rally one more stroke.
Let it go for the hazard.
1 and 2. Ready up.
So, Mike, if you were coaching Tony right now, what advice would you give him?
He's just got to keep it short, not let
5 yards.
Adrian's range become a factor. Adrian's very mobile, gets a lot of balls in. Use those levers against him. Don't let the ball out into open play.
We saw Adrian going back and forth on the server side. Fitness seems to be very good in his camp.
Ready love.
Yeah, I don't think it's an issue for either of them.
Hazard. 1
So
and 2.
just keeping the ball tight enough so the other person can't get winning openings.
And if you were giving advice to Adrian, what would you
say
recommend?
15,
Make sure you
30.
get a gallery
Chase, 5 yards.
every game. Make sure you're serving every game. The ball is lively, so there's more of a premium to be serving. You're not going to hit that cut volley return serve winner so easily. Even that was a fantastic cut volley, but Adrian got that back fairly comfortably. So you're more likely to get into trouble on the hazard side because you can't finish the point.
Lost the chase there.
Ready all.
These high sidewalls are very effective. The back wall's quite smooth, so it slips along. It doesn't pop forwards, giving an easy gallery.
Forty, 30.
So we have a potential match ball here.
First set.
Game ball. Pardon me, game ball. Set ball.
Okay.
First game and first set.
First set to New England.
2.
Very happy about that. Teammate.
Second set. Level.
Let's hope Tony keeps going.
Am I right that is a game ball or a set ball or a potential game or set ball?
Second gallery.
Mike, I've noticed a lot of balls hitting the edges of the grill but not quite going in. Is that something characteristic of the Boston court?
You know what? I don't recollect that, but it seems to be happening. Quite a lot of woodwork going on. The bando is not a particularly thick bando, so it shouldn't happen more than. Not like somewhere like Hollyport that has, very thick bando. You got a lot of lucky shots. So can you name the club that has the thinnest bando? Yeah, there's a tester for you.
Oh, is it? Well, give me a country as a clue.
It's in America.
Aiken.
No.
Washington?
No.
It's not Newport because that's pretty big. So I'm going to go Chicago.
You've done a lot, but no, Green Tree. Very thin bando.
Have you played Green Tree?
I have not. I've been there and watched a couple of times, but not made it on the court.
All right, then here's a real tennis trivia for you then. Which court has got the lowest penthouse in the world?
Oh, that's an easy one, I think.
Yeah, I think it's an easy one.
John, we'll put that over to you.
It's for you.
Lowest penthouse.
Penthouse. Fontainebleau.
That's a good guess.
Good guess, that's the highest penthouse.
That's the high well.
No, I think it's Oxford, isn't it,
I
Mike?
think it's Oxford, but there's one court in the court in Poe had a similar fate where the original surface was covered.
Okay.
With a layer of cement or Bickley cement. So again, its penthouse is relatively low because of that.
Well, I know I played Oxford and my serves were just completely off because of this penthouse that was, it felt like it was 3 inches shorter than anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, that was the one time I came a cropper to Spike Wilcox, James Wilcox, in National League on his home court in Oxford. Particularly difficult to get it past James on that court.
Now you're up next, of course, Mike. You're going to be playing with Camden.
Right.
So first of all, thanks for coming into the commentary booth, because most other pros don't come in here before they play, so it's great to have your thoughts and insights. But when you play with somebody like Camden, who's just so good, how do you approach a game like that?
Well, first of all, obviously the idea is to win, so you have to play that role fitting in with his game, and primarily that would be making yourself relatively small in the court, serving to protect him so the returner doesn't get an easy shot at a main wall dead on or something aggressive. Ensuring that you don't give away chases too easily so that you can keep him on the service side so he can keep doing his thing. Just all those factors.
Playing to your combined strengths as a team, I suppose.
Right, exactly.
Uh-huh. And have you played much with Camden as a doubles partner?
I can't remember ever playing with Camden.
Okay, so it's a new pairing. Okay, so we're going to see how this works out then.
Yeah, I played a few opens with Rob Fay, mostly with Chris Bray and Nick Wood. But yeah, it's the first, I think.
Okay, so just a reminder for everybody out there that you're watching the number 2 team players play at the moment. Then each team puts on their doubles partner. That will be the next stream after this. And then the 2 number 1s play each other. For each game, there is 2 points at play. For each singles game, there is 2 points at play. There's 1 point at play for the doubles game, but the overall winner on the night get 2 additional bonus points. So all up, there are 7 points in the league on offer tonight. So these guys are going to want to win every point that's out there. Now, coming back to you then, Mike, you're playing James Stout. I'm not sure who James's partner's going to be from New York, presumably Adrian. Have you played these guys before?
I've played with James quite a few times. We made a couple of Opens finals, lost to Camden and Tim a couple of times.
Okay.
But not played them as a pair. Played against Barney with various other partners. Interesting combination. James obviously unbelievably mobile, great defense, awkward to play because his left hand plus his style of play comes on the inside on a lot of balls, which is generally for court tennis players bad technique, but his way of doing it from rackets is actually makes it difficult because he doesn't play convention. Barney, big hitter off the return serve, so it's going to be quite difficult to control Barney's return of serve so that James doesn't get a look at the second ball. So that's your primary focus if you're serving to Barney, is to control his return so that they don't get a gallery off the next ball if Barney hasn't hit a winner.
Oh, and you think Barney is playing, do you?
I think even in a limited role, his offense from return of serve is worth the risk of putting him in.
Okay, well, we're going to find that out.
We have had a commentary from one of the viewers. A Peter C insists that Lakewood has the lowest penthouse.
Well, they're all high for Peter, aren't they?
It's a matter of perspective, is it?
I did not say which Peter. I did not say which Peter. But if he is still listening, there is some debate on this subject.
I'll tell you, I was talking to Camden to Temple Grassi earlier, and he was telling me a story about when Camden Riviere was 10 years old. He turned up at the Washington court and was so small he couldn't reach into the dead-ons trough to get the balls out. So they were kind of fishing balls out to Camden, and then he was taking them, serving them, and winning the points at an age where he couldn't reach the balls.
We have another comment from Guy C, and that is that every penthouse is lower when your shoes are made of concrete. And then a number of words I don't think I'm allowed to say on the live feed.
I think I may have got PC right then.
That was the correct Peter C. Hello to the Cipriano family watching from home or the office. I know Gaetano is most likely still in the office at 4:45 on a Friday. I wouldn't expect him to be anywhere else. Guy, if you're watching, wish you were here in Boston.
All right, so just looking through the comments, it's always nice to hear who's out there. Well, what time is it in the UK now? So it's just getting up to 10 p.m. in the UK. So if there's anybody from the UK there, hello and welcome to the stream. Be nice to hear from you in the comments. And what is it, about 10 to 7, I think, in Melbourne, AM. Saturday morning there, of course. So if there's anybody out there in Melbourne, an early riser, it'd be great to hear from you too.
Earlier today, Mark, the gentlemen from View from the Hazards, Ben and Rob, they said that everybody should check out the National League stream. This is how it's done. That's a big. I think that's a stunning endorsement of the commentary team, Ryan, and everybody that has helped make this event possible.
Well, that was probably Ken Fortin commentating this morning. He was doing a fantastic job.
And Matt Mitchell.
Ken
President
Fortin
Matt
and
Mitchell.
Matt Mitchell, I tell you, they're 46 handicap at tennis, but they're a -3 at commentary.
Somebody messaged me and said that you and I are the best British American duo since Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
Well, that's all right. That makes me Prince Harry. That makes you
little
Meghan
bit
Markle.
Well, let's
I'll take that.
Well,
Little Pierre action there, drop shot to the base of the timbre. We're assuming Tony meant that. Good serve. That's unfortunate not to capitalize on that good serve.
What do you think Tony's trying to do when he serves here?
He's trying to, obviously, high sidewall here.
My sidewall.
Yeah, he's trying to trap him against the back wall and not let him get a full swing at it. So it's a half cut swing. So you're back in the point straight away, looking to be offensive.
Oh, just missed the grill. Vicious boast there.
That's a nice get.
It's up onto the roof. Oh, lovely shot, Tony, right in the corner. It was just a little bit short of that ball. Just caught Adrian off guard. All right, now Tony's over in his corner. Is he going to have a chat to Camden? I think Camden's giving him a little bit of advice there. He is. And on the other side, Barney Tanfield, I think I see. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Barney Tanfield giving his teammate a bit of advice as well. So this is definitely a team sport all of a sudden. Of course, coaching is allowed this year. There's been a change to the rules. What do you think Camden's saying there, Mike?
I don't think he's saying too much to Tony because he's doing quite well. I think he's probably reinforcing the original game plan. Barney's seen a lot more vocal and a lot more animated, so he's probably feeling it a little bit there, the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And Adrian has to change something to get back into this match.
Of course, for anybody joining us, Tony Hollins is already a set up. And it was quite a convincing set, really, in retrospect. Adrian did have a little rally coming back towards the end. But at the end of the day, Tony was definitely the stronger player in the first set.
so one of the comments we have from the viewers are that, well, right up until there, it was that he hadn't seen a force in the last hour and wondered what Mike's thoughts were on whether or not these two gentlemen should be adding pace to the ball.
I mean, it's all very well and good to say add pace to the ball, but they're probably feeling if they're not comfortable enough to hit targets while adding pace, it's a surefire way to go down quickly. So if you can pull it off and have good direction and keep it under the pentas, I would agree. But there has an element of risk. Obviously, not everyone's like Tim Chisholm that smashes it in the dead on at will. These guys are playing off 6, 7, 8 handicap. It's not always easy to hit hard and be accurate.
How's your
Does the heat of the day and the court impact that at all? Do you think that factors into their decision making? It being a warm day, relatively warm court, at least compared with the last few days, last few weeks?
I think more likely is the fact that the balls are slowing up a little bit. So if you miss your force low and the guy tracks it down forwards, you're in a lot of trouble. If they're getting it around 6 or last, if it's not going out to better than second or second, they're going to put that away. So unless you really thump it, it's going to be in that range that is easy to dispatch. That's nice.
Oh, wonderful grill. Well done, Tony.
I think the doubles will be the opposite of this match coming up. There'll be everyone trying to finish the point as soon as possible.
Wild aggression.
What? Because
power.
it's only 8 games. There's no time to bed yourself in and wear someone down at the back. So there'll be more focus on offense. Here also they're playing to their strengths. They're both feeling that they're fit and they can go for a long time. So maybe being slightly more cautious and playing to their fitness might be a part of why they're playing that way.
Maybe we'll just give the viewers a reminder. So the singles games are the best of 3 sets. And the third set starts at 3-3 if we get there, if we need it. The doubles games are 1 pro set of 8 games. So it's a much quicker affair.
And usually at the end of the night, used more as a tiebreaker to decide who won the evening. So it's quite unusual for it to be in the middle, and potentially make these number 1 singles redundant. You know, that you've already won the match before the number 1 singles is played.
It's 30-40 here now, so Adrian...
Ooh, nice hit there.
That was a rocket, wasn't it, from Tony?
Yeah. What's he going to do
Forced
here?
it up onto the roof. Oh, he went for it, but it was wild off the...
Second gallery, it looked like.
Yeah, see, I don't mind that. It's better to be hit that hard and miss, because second gallery is not... You got to chase. If everyone would be saying if he chipped second gallery, he's being smart. Well, he's just being equally smart by forcing hard enough so it makes second gallery. It's just another way of doing it. And he may be having a little look at a dead on. So it's second gallery or a dead on.
It was a long way from Adrian. That was never coming back.
Right. And that one, see, that one he came out to worse than 6 that force, so it was tracked down.
Oh, he went for grill and missed.
Slightly missed that grill.
Interesting that Adrian's not... Oh, he did capitalise.
He got that, yeah.
It took him a while. But I thought he was going to go for the gallery a bit sooner than that.
I think he did. He just missed it high and wide.
Okay.
Went behind last gallery.
Now, how's your training been going, Mike? Have you been on court much during the pandemic?
I've been on court a fair bit. Most of my practice has been with Phil Stockton,
Okay.
a refugee from New York.
That's right.
And then been lucky enough to be joined by Ned Batstone, a Radley boy who came over as an intern. Actually, I think I might have got the school wrong, but came over as an intern a couple of years ago and decided to go to Salve Regina in Newport.
Oh, okay.
And he's a 12 handicap and a very handy player. So those guys have been my my practice.
And have you been busy in Newport during the pandemic? Have people left the city to come to a sort of more or less densely populated area?
Yeah, we definitely have had some people move up to Newport. It's been reasonably good. There's been some patches where it's been good. It's a little bit quiet now. We're in that shoulder season where we're normally preparing for the pro singles, but that has been postponed. We're just organizing a date now for later on in the year. And we have a mixed membership of people who live year-round, people who go to Florida for the winter months, and then members who have summer houses. Right. So we have different constituencies that come and go. So this is the time where it's just before the summer players have arrived, and the people escaping winter haven't quite come back yet either. But all the locals are now on the golf course.
Right.
As they should be.
That's right.
So I think we'll be building back up again, and if the change of mask mandate kicks in, I think things will really start hopping again.
We'll ease up a little bit. Yeah, for anybody who doesn't live in New England, we get quite a long winter here. The golf course is closed down for the winter. And then as soon as the snow disappears, you see people just cannot wait to get back outside again. So it's
and it's been a boom industry in New England. Golf from the pandemic.
Well, because of the pandemic, of course, yes.
Busiest year I think they've had in a couple of golf courses in Rhode Island forever, I think.
Well, I must admit, I've been playing a lot of golf.
Yeah.
Well, I say play golf, I dig up courses. If any greenkeeper sees me coming along, they're not happy. Now, just checking the chat, we've got Rhett Riviere says, I have some photos still of Camden on his belly with his feet kicking in the air, putting balls out of the trough in the demand to serve, but I'm not allowed to post them. So it's true. Camden has been a great tennis player since before he could reach the ball trough. Hi to you, Rhett. Thanks for watching on the stream. It's great to have you with us. We've got 48 streamers now, which is great. So just a reminder for those people that are new, you're currently watching session 2, day 3 of the US Court Tennis National League. I'm your commentator, Mark Beaumont, and I'm here in the commentary box with Mike Gooding, pro from Newport. The format for the tournament is that we have a singles game. The second singles players go first. We'll then have a doubles game. And we'll then have the number 1 singles game after that. The format for the singles games is that it's the best of 3. The format for the doubles game is that it's 1 pro set of 8. Now this is tightening up a little bit now, this game. So the first set went to Tony Hollins from New England, who's currently serving quite easily. But what are your thoughts on that, Mike?
Tony's got to forget about the finish post and just concentrate, stay in the moment, concentrate, 1 point at a time. You can't go wrong with that mentality. It's easy to push a little hard when you're coming to the end of a match, try a little too hard, maybe go long a bit, put yourself in a bad position. He's also got to, it's probably somewhere in his mind what happened to him a couple of nights ago.
Wednesday night?
Yeah. So, he says focus 1 point at a time and hit his targets.
For anybody who wasn't with us on Wednesday night, Tony Hollins was playing Josh Dodson, and he had a commanding lead. Only for about the middle part of the second set it to fall apart. Now, I was in the commentary box with Barney Tanfield, and Barney said that I think Josh is going to come back here. I said no way. And Barney Tanfield was right. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. I'm going to go for Hollins winning this in 2 sets. I'm going to call that, but really this is pretty tight right now. So we've got a hazard chase, 40-15 in favor of Tony Hollins, the receiver at the moment. You would expect him to win this. There's that backhand of Tony's. It's a beautiful backhand. And he did win it. There we go, 4-3.
I have to sign off now. I have a little warm-up to do. Otherwise, my partner will not be too happy with me.
All right, good luck, Mike. Thanks for joining us in the commentary box.
Love.
Okay, so what a game this is turning out to be.
15-0.
So just watching the two players here, just getting a little bit more emotion from Tony. Adrian seems to be pretty cool at the moment,
15-0.
even though he's a set down. I think Tony really wants to win this. Of course, Tony's been the organizer this week, so he's had a lot weighing on his mind more than just playing tennis. And obviously the logistics, the making sure the balls are all in place, the getting everybody to the hotel, making sure all the room reservations are all in place. That's a lot of work for one guy, so it wouldn't be a surprise if that did take a toll on his tennis. But, at least in this game so far, it's not showing. Right, just while they're changing ends, we'll have a look forward to the weekend then. So everything to play for at the weekend. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. we've got New England versus Philadelphia. So the guys in the New England club are playing both tonight and tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon we've got Tuxedo versus New York. On Sunday morning we've got Philadelphia versus Chicago. On Sunday afternoon, New England versus Tuxedo. So we've got an absolute action-packed weekend for everybody out there. I'm going to be here the whole weekend with my partner in crime, Ken Fortin. I can see Ken's on the stream at the moment. Let's go New England, says Ken. I don't think you're allowed to say that, Ken. You're a commentator. You're supposed to be neutral, I think. I'll say that Ken, when he's commentating, sits in this big comfy chair. And I tried to sit in his big comfy chair and I couldn't see anything that was happening in the game. I had to go and get a bar stool. So, Ken, I don't know how you sit in that big comfy chair. I'm perched up high on a bar stool here in the Hamlin room.
15 love.
All right, 5-3 to Tony Hollins. James Asher, your scorer from the Philadelphia Racket Club.
15-all.
15-all. Tony will be wanting to wrap this up right now while he's at the service end. It's Tony's backhand, but it was a bit long. He might be happy that it pushed out off the wall. Went for winning gallery, missed it, but it didn't matter.
30-15.
Still won the point. Okay, Ken Fortin says neutral schmutual.
Oh.
He's obviously declaring his allegiance there.
No chasing.
Right, bobble serve. Lovely cut forehand from Adrian Kemp. Hollins gets it back for a hazard chase.
Hazard worse than
I
second.
think he'll be happy with.
30-15.
Oh, fantastic grill.
40-15 and a hazard
From my
chase
vantage
gentlemen.
point, Adrian's ball was headed straight at the dead-ons there. If Tony hadn't have volleyed that, that was a straight point. So here we are, 40-15, Tony Hollins. Hazard worse than second chase. Hollins has to fancy his chance of winning this. This is match point.
Hazard worse than second.
Can Tony do it? Put this one in the bank.
Fault.
The serve is fault. And he does it.
Game and the match.
Smart shot into second gallery.
6-3.
Very confidently played. I think at one point Tony had a little wobble, but for the most part he looked pretty solid there. He'll have certainly put some of those demons at rest from his loss against Josh Simpson the other night, coming back firing. So we now have the doubles. New York versus New England doubles match. Now Tony's not going to be playing in that. Mike Gooding is the number 3 for New England, who you just heard with me in the commentary box. Mike Gooding is going to be playing with Camden Riviere, and Barney Tamfield and Adrian Kemp, I think, on the New York side. So we're going to go to a short break now. We'll be back in 5 or so minutes to have a look at that game. Stay with us.